Lesson 1, Introduction to Pythagoras Theorem and Pythagorean Triads. So first of all, let's have a look at right angle triangles. A right angle triangle is a triangle that has one 90-degree angle. The angle sum of the triangle is 180 degrees. That means that if you add up all the angles, it will add up to 180 degrees. There are two types of right angle triangles, isosceles and scalene. In an isosceles right angle triangle, you have one right angle, two sides are the same, and two angles are the same. For a scalene right angle triangle, you also have one 90-degree angle, but this time no sides are equal and no two angles are the same. There is a third type of triangle called an equilateral triangle. Now, why can't an equilateral triangle be a right angle triangle? Because all the angles in an equilateral triangle are 60 degrees, so there is no right angle in an equilateral triangle. Let's have a look at labeling a triangle. Given a certain side of a triangle, we look at which 2 points are around that side. So for the first side that we're looking at, we can see that C and B are on either side of that line. So that line is called CB. Or we could write it the other way around and we could write BC. There is a third way to label a side, and that is looking at which angle it is opposite. This particular case, it is opposite the angle A, so we can label it as a lowercase a. Similarly, we can do the same things with the other sides. So having a look at this second side, we can see that it is between A and C. It is also opposite the angle B. And finally, for the third side, it is between A and B and opposite the angle C. Pythagoras' theorem is a formula that tells us a relationship between the three sides of every single right angle triangle. And the theorem says that c squared equals a squared plus b squared, where c is the hypotenuse, also known as the longest side of a triangle, and a and b are the two shortest sides. It does not matter which order a and b are in. The formula says c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. Next up, we have a Pythagorean triad. A triad is any three numbers that satisfy Pythagoras' theorem. That means that if I put them in the theorem and apply it, it will work. First up, I have a triangle where the sides are 3, 4, and 5 units. Let's see if this is a right angle triangle. If Pythagoras' theorem works, then these three numbers are a Pythagorean triad, and therefore this triangle is a right angle triangle. So I start by writing my formula, c squared equals a squared plus b squared. I substitute in c being the longest side and a and b being the two shorter sides. I solve it and I get 25 equals 25, which is true. So therefore 3, 4, and 5 are a Pythagorean triad. And if I create a triangle using those dimensions, it will be a right angle triangle. The second question gives me the numbers 4, 6, and 8. You don't always need a diagram of a triangle to be able to do this question. We just need three numbers. So in this case, I have those three numbers. So we can test that. I start by writing my formula and substitute in my numbers. C is always the longest side, so 8 squared. Equals 4 squared plus 6 squared, the two shortest sides. So in this case, 64 equals 52. This is not true, this is false. So therefore 4, 6, and 8 are not a Pythagorean triad. So if I draw a triangle with those dimensions, it will not be possible to make it a right angle triangle. And that's it for the introduction lesson. I'll see you for lesson 2. Bye-bye.